This is going to be a really, really tough one to come back for this Atlanta Falcon team.
Come on in, baby. You know what time it is. Come on in, dog. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
And a devastating loss for Atlanta. Unbelievable loss for Dallas to stay with it. Really felt
Yeah.
they were going to have the opportunity from
Let's go.
timeouts. How are they going to do it?
Come on in, dog. I want you all in here. You know what time it is.
Down the stretch. And somehow Dallas found a way.
You know what time it is.
It's a long time ago, but just remember that the Falcons went for 2 early in this game. They didn't get it. Long time ago, but it's a one.
Yeah.
What a win for the Cowboys. Back after this.
Come on in. Huh? Huh? Yeah. Uh-huh. That's what I'm talking about. It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over. I'm going to say it. Don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I haven't said it in a long time. But I'm about to say it right now. I hope you're sitting down. Because if you're standing up, it might make you sit down. Matty Ice, all them damn Atlanta Falcon fans that was in my comment section, I'm about to say something. I'm about to say the greatest Cowboy fan YouTube line in history. This damn game everybody that's watching, I talked shit last week when we lost. I talked shit all up until now. I was so pissed off at that 0-1 start. I was so goddamn mad that I said this. I don't know about this team. It just don't look good. Something ain't right. I don't know about Mike McCarthy. I don't know about Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb. I don't know about this new coaching staff we got in here. I said it all. But guess what? 1980 don't mind being wrong. I'm probably the only Cowboy fan on here that don't mind being wrong. But this damn game, yeah, y'all might be tuning in to all the other YouTubers now, and I don't give a damn because you're gonna come back and watch this one. I'm the most passionate, the most electrifying YouTuber, Dallas Cowboy YouTuber on here. God damn it. And we won that damn game. We didn't give up. That's how you play. They must have heard me at halftime, guys. They must have heard 1980. They must have heard everything I said. Because I came in here and I talked shit, and they deserve me to talk shit about them. That's right, they did. They did. I hope that that coaching staff cursed their asses out. I hope Jerry Jones cussed the coaching staff out because they all needed it. But this damn game was over. We were down 20-something points. They scored 17. They scored 20 points in the first quarter. We were a beaten team. And I hope you're feeling the power of 1980. Because if you're not standing up out of your seat right now, if you're not feeling that energy, Something's wrong. Something is wrong. Yeah. But we won that damn game. And we're 1-1. Eagles lost, and we won. Yes, sir. It was a high-scoring game. They did everything in the second half that I thought they couldn't do. They went deep. They held on to the ball. Fewer mistakes. Still mistakes here and there, but fewer mistakes. That's what they did. And guess what? We overcame. Yeah, we overcame adversity. The Dallas Cowboys did something that I thought they couldn't do. They adjusted. That's right. They adjusted. I used to couldn't spell that word being a Cowboy fan. But I can spell it now, and they can spell it too. They adjusted. And that's what we needed to win this game. And this is all without a film session. This is all from the heart. And that's what the Dallas Cowboys needed to win this game anyway, was heart. Matty Ice, I never called you that, but I'm calling you that today. You gotta be. The Atlanta Falcons, did you see them? They were on the sidelines, lollygagging, laughing. They thought they had the game won. Calvin Ridley's little disrespectful punk ass, when Cheeto knocked that ball out of the air, and Cheeto tried to help him up. He didn't want Cheeto to help him up. I said, you punk ass mother, karma's a bitch. And it is. It came back on him. You lost. If you're an Atlanta Falcon fan right now, you lost. You probably turned the game on and thought you had it won. But guess what? You lost. Now, I got to invite my boy Space Cowboy 17. He's patiently waiting. But I had to get out. I had to get out every bit of word I wanted to say. Because I'm feeling damn good right now. It was a close one. We made our mistakes here and there. And I'm going to talk about that. Even though we won, I'm still going to talk about the mess up. Too many penalties. Let me wait till Space Cowboy get in here for that. But it was no fluke. We beat them. And that's the bottom line. Because this Dallas Cowboy fan said so. Let me get Space Cowboy in here, guys. Let me get Space Cowboy in here. I got to. Let me get him in here. Because I need help. I need somebody to calm me down after that display. They thought they beat us. They thought they had the game won. They thought it was over. It wasn't. Yeah, we won. Let me get Space Cowboy in here. Because this damn game, yeah. Space Cowboy, I've ran my mouth enough. I want to hear your thoughts on this comeback, all-heart win display by the Dallas Cowboys, what we just seen.
How about them Cowboys? Let's go! That's what the hell I'm talking about, baby. I know I usually don't get emotional in this shit, but holy fucking shit. I have never seen a comeback of this magnitude in my entire 22 years living on this earth. I want you guys to understand something. The win probability in the last 1 minute was 99.9%. The Cowboys had a 0.01% chance of winning this game, and they pulled that shit out. I know I don't usually curse. I know I might be blowing your goddamn eardrums out. I do not give a damn. This was the biggest show of heart, grit I've ever seen from this goddamn team. I just want to be extremely clear. I was so frustrated. I went to the bar to watch this game. I was so depressed. I was like, I can't believe what the hell I'm watching. I went with my mom, my girlfriend, when we were watching the game, and I was like, this sucks. Then the Cowboys started coming back. I'm like, oh shit, here they come. And then I was like, you know what, let's go home early because, I got to get ready for the show and stuff like that. I get home and I'm watching it. So the Cowboys score a touchdown. I'm like, okay, whatever. And we'll talk about some of the decision making because we really should not have won this game if I'm being completely honest. But when they scored the touchdown, when they got that onside kick, I'm like, oh my fucking God, they might win this game. And when I was so worried he was going to miss this kick. Okay, I know I'm not doing any stats, yaks, whatever the hell, not right now, but we'll get to that momentarily. I just need to calm down.
Did you feel the power? Did you feel the power?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? I was like, when when they got that onside kick, I'm like, oh my God, I've never felt with so much power in my entire life. And then not only that, this damn game, I swear to God, this damn game nearly had me. But God damn it, this game, I feel so hype. This is the kind of games that set the tone. I know we were the Cowboys. I want you to understand something. The Cowboys have not completed a comeback this gigantic since 2014 when they were down 21-0 against the LA Rams. But I want to be clear. This comeback is way better than that game ever was. Special teams executed when they needed to execute. I don't know how John Fassel came up with it. That no-T onside kick was a goddamn genius idea. I never thought about that. And I know I might be blowing your eardrums out, but I don't care. I'm just hype right now.
That was the first. We've been going for it all game and not getting it. Not getting the job done. We went for it on fourth down. I think fourth down twice.
Right.
No.
I'll take a look.
We did punt twice and it didn't work. And I was like, oh shit, here we go. And they got it. And they just looked at the ball and they just, we'll take it. If you don't want it, we'll take it. We took advantage, man. It was an opportunity any team, any fan base would have taken advantage of. You get what I'm saying? So
right.
If you're part of another fan base and you're coming in here hating, save it, man. Because if that was your team, your dumb ass would be happy too.
Mm-hmm. Listen, I know I see some people in the comment section be like, you need to calm down. How the fuck am I supposed to calm down when that shit just happened? I'm sorry, but you do not understand the amount of grit that this goddamn team had to pull off this win. The offense came alive after looking so damn lethargic. The defense made stops when they needed to make stops. The special teams, we had a kicker that was clutch. Oh my God, I cannot believe it. My first initial reaction. This is the game of the year. This is easily the game of the year. I do not care. And it's week 2. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys are 1-1, and they are going to be going to Seattle next week. And this is the type of game we needed. I've never seen I don't want to say Atlanta lost because ultimately the Cowboys looked like they were right there to take the game. Like it was 29-24. It looked like the game was about to switch momentum. Oh my God, man. I'm going to go into work tomorrow as the happiest man alive. I swear to God.
Let me go over the stats real quick. I don't know if you can.
I can do that if you want me to. I'm more calm. Yeah.
Let's go over. Okay, I'll let you do the stats. But let me go over the scoring summary just real quick.
Go ahead. My bad. Yeah.
First quarter, 20-0. That first quarter was forever. The first quarter was like watching 2 quarters. Seriously. Second quarter, we outscored them by a point. 9. They had 9. We had 10. Third quarter is what got us. 14 unanswered points. They got a goose egg in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, 16-10. So we were methodically coming back on the down low, on the DL. They had a plan. It was on the down low. They relaxed. They relaxed. They did like us. Remember, Cowboys, we're the kings of relaxing when we're winning. The Matty Ice and them, I ain't never called them that before, but goddamn it, I'm about to start calling them that now. They relaxed and they just quit. And they thought they had the game won. They were on the sideline, hot dog and bullshit, and eating popcorn, eating soda crackers, drinking ginger ale, all that shit. You know, they thought they had it won. But let my boy go over the let's go over the stats real quick, big dog. Go ahead. You got the table. Space.
Oh. Hello? Can you hear me? There we go. Sorry, my microphone was not unmuting. I was trying to be not disrespectful. So, first off, the game started out extremely poorly for the Dallas Cowboys. They had 3 turnovers. I believe that led to 17 points, I think, if I recall. Let me take a look. I'm not sure if it has that stat up. No, I don't. I think it was 17 points, if I recall. I apologize because it's not showing it on the stat sheet. So the Cowboys had 3 turnovers. They actually theoretically had 5. Really, they had 5 turnovers. Well, they had 4 turnovers. Actually, 5. Actually, when you think about it, they had 5 turnovers in this game. 2 turnover on downs, 3 fumbles. Should have been 4 fumbles. So it started off really poorly for the Cowboys, and they were down 20-0. Taking a look at the first downs, the Cowboys had 20 passing first downs, 9 rushing first downs. They had 4 first downs from penalties. They were 7 for 13 on third down, and they were 0 for 2 on fourth down. They did a hell of a lot better on third down. They were actually above 50% this game. The Cowboys ran more total plays. They had almost 600 yards of offense. They had 570 yards of offense. They had 14 total drives. They were averaging 7 yards a play. And in passing, Dak Prescott threw for 450 yards on 34 attempts. 47 attempts with 34 completions. That's
what they got to say about Dak now.
Huh?
What they got to say? Space. What they got to say?
Dak was literally the only source of. Okay, before I get into that, because Dak had a 4-touchdown game. He had a 4-touchdown game, and we'll get into that momentarily. So the Cowboys were averaging 8.9 yards per pass. They only allowed 1 sack this entire game. 1 sack. Which is unbelievable. Rushing the ball, the Cowboys had 125 rushing yards on 31 attempts. That's about 4 yards per rush. The Cowboys were in the red zone 6 times, and they converted 5 times in the red zone. That is a massive improvement. Everything that we saw from this game showed improvement in many of these categories. And again, I'm not saying even though we won this game showed there are flaws that we need to work on. I'm going to be 110% honest with you guys. We lost the time of possession by about 7 minutes. Dak led the way with 450 yards and a touchdown. He actually had 3 rushing touchdowns. So he had a 4-touchdown game. I predicted he would score 3 touchdowns. Well, he would pass for 3 touchdowns. He did score.
Wait. Dak had 3 rushing touchdowns?
Yes, he had 3 rushing touchdowns.
Wow. Okay.
He had 3 rushing.
Right? He sure did. God damn.
CeeDee Lamb led the team in receptions. 6 receptions for 106 yards.
What?
Yes.
I thought Coop was
He was up until the very end when CeeDee Lamb caught that pass to set the Cowboys up for the win.
Set the field goal. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Look, and I'm going to just say this, man. This has to go down as one of the best Cowboys comebacks, or hell, even one of the best comebacks in NFL history. I've never seen a comeback to win a game like this. I remember back, I think it was in 2003 versus the Giants, when we caught the onside. We got it wasn't an onside kick, but we got a kickback and we got a field goal with 10 minutes to go or something like that. But we went into overtime and still won the game. We won the game. I want you to understand something. We outscored the Falcons 30-10. 30-10 in the second half. We scored 14 points in the third and 16 in the fourth. The Dallas Cowboys definitely made adjustments when they needed to. But we do have we have things that we do have to go over that we need to work on. That's an obvious thing. But I don't want to go on forever and bore you guys with statistics.
We had two players over. I don't know if you said this already, but we had two players 100 yards receiving: CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I forgot Amari had 100 plus rushing. 100
guess who stepped up?
Plus passing.
Guess who stepped up? Remember old brick hands. Schultz. 88
Schultz. Mm-hmm.
Yards for a touchdown. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's unbelievable too. Like the thing is like we talked about this last time, right? We said put the ball in keep the ball out of Matt Ryan's hands. We kind of did that, but like it didn't look like that to start the game. And to be honest with you, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We had wide open players. Okay, like this defense needs work. Okay,
man,
you should not be giving up that many goddamn points. Like holy hell.
Yeah, there were a lot of holes in the defense. There was when we scored first. The first time we scored, we got 7 points. And
right.
They went down and scored immediately. There's just so much work to be done to the secondary. And that's because we're running that 4-2-5, and it has so many holes in it. You got 2 linebackers, you got 4 down linemen, and it's just guys all over the place, man. And it's a lack of communication, lack of ball placement. Diggs had a good game. Diggs is going to be an awesome cornerback in this league. He just work. He'll get better.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I said that during the damn game. I was like, yo, he has the potential to be special. Now, the Eagles lost today.
Yes.
The Giants lost today. And yes. Washington is down by 17 in Arizona. Yes. So, now we won't be first because Washington has the tiebreaker with the division win over Philadelphia. But I do like where Dallas is positioned right now. Dallas, they needed this game. I know that, like I said, and I'll admit to this, yes, Atlanta definitely needed this game more than we did. But the fact of the matter is, Dallas winning, this is a type of game that can really set a tone, like I said. Yes, we let them score 39 points. That's unacceptable. Our pass rush has to be better. We can't be letting them get these wide open receivers. I will tell you this though, we got a lucky break in some cases. Julio Jones dropped a touchdown pass on a trick play. And if he had scored that, odds are the game's a dagger and we would be just pissed and we would be screaming and hollering about how bad this team is. Retro Scotty in the chat, what's going on, my man? Yeah, the defense definitely needs work, plus our coaching decisions must improve. We need to be better in strategic decisions if we become... Now, I will say this, though. If we did have Jason Garrett, I do not believe we would have won this game. I'm going to just say this right here, right now. Now, again, that's not saying that Mike McCarthy was fully smart. Or, you know what I mean? Or the coaching staff. I just want to make that extremely, extremely clear. Because going for it on the 4th downs where we had to punt, right? That was inexcusable. You should not have done that. Okay? You should not have done that because one of them, I think, led to a touchdown or a field goal. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I don't remember off the top of my head. But it led to points. That's the point. The other one, still, you can't do that. If you want to win games, you can't. I can understand if it's like a 4th and 2 because if it was a 4th and 2, you would have gotten that. But I do like the aggressiveness there. My problem is that those decisions can really F you up. We definitely could have lost this game, and we probably should have lost this game. If I'm being completely...
Let me say something real quick. The way we won this game, it was a close game. I'm glad we won. We won by 1 point, 40-39. Even though it was exciting, we're happy. We came back at the last minute and won this game, persevered. We don't want to win like this. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah.
We want to dominate. We gotta figure out how to dominate early. We don't want to put ourselves in this predicament because the next team may not be so Matty Ice-ish. You get what I'm saying? So we gotta figure out. We had 3 opponents today. We were facing, I said this earlier on my halftime spiel. Obviously, we're facing the Atlanta Falcons. And we're facing ourselves with discipline and fundamentals. And then we're facing penalties. So those are three opponents right there that we're facing because lack of, and you can put anything behind lack of that you want to. We got to figure out how to get disciplined, man. We got to figure out how to start stopping people in the backfield and not getting ourselves. The Atlanta Falcons, Matt Ryan was 24 for 36, 273 yards, and 4 touchdowns. I don't like that. We did do good at stopping the run, though, because Todd Gurley only had 21 attempts for 61 yards and no touchdowns, 2.9 average.
Right.
So we did do good at run stopping. So I can't say that. But the pass, man, we got to figure out this passing game, man. I mean,
we really do.
Because it's crazy.
Right, and like that was the biggest thing for me because when I was watching the game, the thing that bothered me the most was like I'm looking at Jalen, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why the hell is Hayden Hurst wide open going into the end zone? Or why the hell are these guys wide open? Because they shouldn't be like this. I mean, Cheeto was getting picked on in some parts. Jordan,
because they're doing those, they're not keeping their zones.
Right.
They actually had Jalen Smith playing man. I'm like, why are you doing
that? Yeah, exactly.
And they're running into each other. So it's like a screen set up for the tight end to be wide open. That's why they had so many wide open players open.
Yeah, and that's a good point to make because my whole thing is like this defense is definitely a work in progress. Like I don't believe like we're there yet. Like that we could talk about how like Leighton's not there. Oh, Sean Lee's not. My problem is though is like the linebackers. The problem was we're not getting pressure. Matt Ryan had all day sometimes the throwback there, or when he did, he would have a open lane to run to get a first down or pick up some positive yardage, which you can't be having, man. Like, you know, what he threw for? Let me take a look real quick because Matt Ryan had a hell of a day too. I don't want to. He threw for 4 touchdowns.
And I'm glad you brought that up because I saw that too. I saw how Matt Ryan, the middle is so wide open. Our defensive tackles, we can't get pressure on the inside, so he's able to do that. We're good at run stopping, but pass pursuit is just not there on the defensive line, especially on the inside. When you only have 2 linebackers, you're gonna have that problem. You only got 2, you know, and all the secondary they're back. They're either the corners are either in man, and then everybody else is in a deep third zone. So the middle is always going to be wide open. Because they're playing the cover 3 and all that stuff, and the cover 3 man, cover 3 over, under, you know, whatever. So it's going to be wide open all the time because you only got 2 linebackers. We need Sean Lee. We need, you know, somebody else. The fourth. We need to run an actual 4-3, an athletic, an aggressive 4-3 in order to eliminate all those wide open passes in the middle and stuff like that.
Okay, but I do want to. I know we're talking about the defense. I just want to say this really quickly to everyone out there. Can you please shut the fuck up about Dak Prescott now? This man literally put the team on his back, and he won us the goddamn game, and you want to still bitch about the guy. Enough of it. Enough. Okay? This man got hit by a dirty hit. This man comes back in the game, gets a touchdown. He gets a goddamn touchdown, and he went and won us this game. Dak Prescott was pretty much your only source of offense at some points in time. You know, Zeke did his thing, but my only thing is I think now, Dak Prescott haters, you got to shut the fuck up now. I'm serious, man. I don't usually use vulgar language, but when I get pissed off, and now there is no reason to say that Dak isn't the guy. I know that, it's just one game. Listen, man.
Remember last week when you were watching, it was a little late. It was a late game, and we lost last week, right? When we lost, this is how you know haters are here to hate. When we lost, I had over 1,000 people in watching my show. When we lost, now I hit 4. Now I'm down at 3. Everybody wants to be around when Dak Prescott messes up. When we don't win, you know, everybody wants to see you kick you while you're down. But when you're up, when you've won, and there's positive energy all in the air. All the bullies, all the cowards, where are they? Huh? Where are you? Because we just won at the last minute. That's right. You're dropping now. Now it's down to 325. They don't want to hear it. They want to stand around. They want to stand around and kick you while you're on the ground. But when you're up, when you get up and you fight back and you fight hard and you persevere through all the negative bullshit that's out there, especially all the Dak haters. I'm talking about the Cowboy fans too. Where are you now that we won this game? I'm not talking about last week. I'm not talking about next week. I'm talking about this week, this game. Where are you?
Right. Now, I just want to say this also, because this is important, because there were some decisions where I'm like, you really, like, when CD got that yardage to set us up in field goal range, you really should not have kicked I'm not trying to say this in high, but just hear me out. You need to play to win the damn game. You need to get as close as you can, because you shouldn't be taking these long extra field goals, you know what I mean? And that's my biggest issue was, like, you know, we were like, the thing that bothered me the most was, like, there were decisions where I'm like, okay, we're clearly fumbling the ball and we have a problem there, but we keep running the goddamn ball. I was like, I don't understand that. And that's something that is something we definitely have to learn from. Now, again, Zeke would get a couple yards here and there. I understand that. But again, there are things that happen in this game. While it was an amazing win, come back from all this crap, we have a ton to work on, guys. You know, because next week is not going to be easy, man. You have Seattle, and Seattle at home is a whole different animal. Now, again, I got to give props, though, where props are due. The special teams did their damn thing aside from the hiccups that we saw. That onside kick was played to perfection. Greg Zuerlein did not miss a kick, especially ones that counted. So we needed that. The defense, it made key stops when we needed to get back in the game. Now, again, I do want to be clear. You don't give up 39 points. But I need to stress this over and over again. We need to make sure we don't get into holes like this. 20-0 after the first quarter is an embarrassment. Okay? You should not be doing that. The fact is that if you think about this, if we just limited Atlanta to like one touchdown, we would have won the game pretty handily, probably. And it's like, hell, if we think about this, right? If we limited them, let's say we didn't give them any points off of turnovers or whatever the case may be, and I think it was like 17 points off of turnovers, or hell, let's just say 20. I don't really give a damn. 20. We would have outscored them. Now, again, the game would have probably gone differently, but that's only 19 points for Atlanta, okay? And that's why when you turn the ball over, you probably would lose this game. Like it looked like we were destined to lose this game. I mean, 3 turnovers. Well, I don't like how they word this on the stat sheet because we had 3 fumbles, really 4, okay, and it should have been 3, or should have been 4. Excuse me. We had 2 turnovers and out, so we had 5 turnovers in this game. 5 turnovers, and we still won this damn game. That again. This is like a once-in-a-generation type of game. You will probably never see a game like this in a long time or ever. But I'm sorry, man. Like, I am trying to be positive, but we have to also critique things. We can't be doing this stuff, man.
Yeah, I agree, man. We cannot be put in this situation. It was a good win, and it's more exciting. Everybody's pumped up. You look up in the press box, and Jerry Jones, they're all hugging and like we damn near won the Super Bowl or whatever. And we won that. We got that kick. The kick was in the air. It was right down the middle. And they didn't miss. The special teams didn't miss a beat as far as the point wise. And he put it right exactly where the ball. It was perfect, almost like a cheat code was put in, and the ball just stopped on the dime and it rolled and it spinned. It rolled and it spinned, and it rolled and it seemed like it was forever, for eternity, rolling and spinning and rolling and spinning. And they were just looking at it. And I guess they were waiting on it to get to a certain point, which is understandable. And it perfectly went behind some of our guys without it touching us. I thought it was going to touch one of our guys, and it didn't. And as soon as it crossed the threshold, boom. As soon as it got out of the threshold, boom, we jumped on it. It was our ball. We got the ball. Like, can you believe this? Crowd going wild. Everybody at home going wild. The energy was in the air. You could feel it. You can cut it with a knife. It was great. But we do not, I repeat what Space Cowboy just said, as well as myself, we do not want to win any more games like this. It's too hard on the nerves. It really is. It's too hard on the nerves, and we just have to get control early. We don't want to keep coming back. I don't like that because we're going to play a better team down the road and we're not going to be able to come back. They're not going to allow us to come back. You get what I'm saying? So this game showed me that there's no quit. You can, whatever you put your mind to, defense, offense, it doesn't matter. You can't quit. I think they got a good tongue lashing at halftime. Even the coaches probably got a good tongue lashing at halftime, and which was well needed, well deserved. And they picked their mouths up and they got to it, man. They played football. The defense, man, we got to figure out something with this passing defense, man. Too many holes in it. Health is a big issue for us. You know, obviously with our loss of our 2 tackles on the end, that really made a big difference, man, in a lot of decision making and things earlier in the game. You know, mistakes and stuff like that, forced fumbles. You know, and Zeke fumbled the first time. Oh, it wasn't a fumble. His elbow was down. You know, and then he got out there and he fumbled again. You know, they were just making plays. Their defense was just making plays, and I was like, oh man, this game is 20-0. And then we scored in 26. You know, it was just over early. We just thought it was over early. But, you know, they came out of it, man, and it worked. And they didn't quit. They didn't give up. They actually showed some heart. And that's all we ask as fans, man. Just don't give up, man. Don't lay down for nobody. And you never know what the day is going to bring you. That's why I always say that after every video. You never know what the day is going to bring you, man. All you got to do is just stay strong and fight, you know. So, I'm just glad. I'm happy for the win. Anybody would be happy if their team won. Being down 20-something points, anybody would be happy, man. So I repeat, man, if you come in this channel, if you come in this live stream and you're hating, go somewhere else with that negativity, man. That's between you and your God, not over here, man. We just happy, man. Let us do our thing. Let us be happy, and we'll worry about next week in the middle of the week.
Right, and that's the biggest thing, right, is that we need to realize, ultimately, there are things we got to improve on. Like, look, I don't have to go over them again, but we shouldn't need to win like this every single damn time. But my thing is, right, is that when it came to that special teams play, if you're the receiving team and you touch it, it's a live ball in an onside kick situation, if I recall. Yeah, it is, because that's why I don't think they wanted to touch it, because if they touch it, there's more Cowboys around it. So if they touch it, it's like, oh, bam, got it. Now, what made it crazy was I'm watching the kick go. I'm like, that's going to go. I'm like, why are the Falcons, like, it looked like the Falcons were just, look, they just they just stared at it. Like, they didn't huddle. They should have, like, just huddled around it, but they didn't. They literally let the Cowboys get around it in position to jump on it. And, again, John Fassel, he might have to work, or this might also fall on Mike McCarthy as well. They need to work on when to do those fake punts and stuff like that, because one of them, it really would have worked if Chris Jones didn't throw it too low, if that makes any sense. But other than that, we need to do better when it comes to our aggression. Like, because trust me, I loved how, on offense, we went deep in some instances, right? Like when we had those free plays, we went deep. Dak wasn't afraid to air it out, and that's something we needed to see. We ran the ball effectively in here and there, but again, we need to stop force-feeding the ball on first down when clearly it's not working. He's wrong. It's a live ball regardless. Okay, well, thanks for the clarification. Yeah, like okay, I'm sorry. I haven't seen an onside kick in like.
Well, we won. So whatever.
I wanna pose a question to everyone in the chat box right now, because I actually have an honest to God question. What do you think was the worst choke for Atlanta, this game or the Super Bowl versus New England? Because I'm really thinking it was this game, if I'm being 110% honest with you. And I'm not saying this because as a Cowboys fan. It's just. The thing is that they had control of this game literally with a minute left.
Yeah.
So I mean, put that in the comments. I mean, you can disagree with me. That's fine. I don't really care.
I think that Atlanta, the Super Bowl was they were up at half, and after halftime, it was just downhill from there. I
mean,
picked them apart. I think it's where.
You know what? Okay, both. Okay, you know what? Now that I think about it, I guess you could say the Super Bowl, because they had control for 15 more minutes. I mean, the Cowboys made it a game in the third quarter, so I guess I'm wrong. So whatever. But again, I just wanted to pose a question. Whatever.
Right.
Can't start like this in Seattle. Dre says in my chat. Yeah, absolutely. You cannot start like this ever again.
Right.
Ever again. You cannot start like this ever again. Yeah, and everyone, it's a given. It was the Super Bowl, but it's 50-50. Okay, yeah. No, that's fair. That's fair. I like to see, the engagement there.
Right.
The first time it was Tony Pollard, he fumbled, but his elbow was down. Yeah, I'm aware of that too. I'm just reading some of the comments. If you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comment section below. So we can try to get to some of these.
Well, we all know what this offense can do.
Right.
God bless them. Atlanta Falcons, they're a good team. They came out strong. They came out aggressive. Bless their hearts. They just thought they had it. And they were doing everything right at first. They were making plays on defense. They were punching the ball out and, making plays. They were doing exactly what they were supposed to do. They were winning on clock management and everything. Fundamentally, they were doing everything right, catching long bombs and everything. Calvin really was all over the place, and we just couldn't figure it out that first half and a little bit in some of the second half too, all the way, like you say, all the way up into a minute. The game was won by the Falcons, but like I say, we won the game, regardless of how you feel. If you think we're wrong or not, I don't care. We don't care. We won. Don't get mad at us. We're not out there playing. You get what I'm saying? So we're just kind of analyzing and critiquing what's going on. Even though we won and the way we won, I didn't like it. But we're still going to talk about the bad too. So I guarantee you, come Monday morning, it's Sunday now. Come Monday, we're already at home. So come Monday morning, coach is going to say, all right, everybody, let's sit down. They're going to act like yesterday didn't even happen. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look. Oh, you dropped. Oh, you fumbled here. Oh, you offsides here. They're going to point out all the good. all the bad before they're not going to even point out the good. They're going to point out all the bad first. Or only. So it's just a game. It's just the way it is, man. So I'm glad we won, man. It was a good win. This team showed a lot of heart. If we can do this, we can do this all the time. We just got to figure out how to do it early. We can't wait until the second half to start playing, man, and get behind like that. We just can't.
Right. We're going to get to a really big question we need to talk about. Fun fact, Dak Prescott is the first player in NFL history with 400 passing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns in a single game. Fun fact. Let's be clear. Where the hell was Demarcus Lawrence? Did you know that? I didn't see him on the field the last part of the game. Because if I remember, they said he went on the sideline because he was hurt or something, but they said he still had his helmet on. I saw only one tweet about that during the game. So I don't know what the hell happened, but it said John Machado said on Twitter 2 hours ago, Demarcus Lawrence continues to be on the sideline. He was looking at his right knee at one point, but he seems to be moving around okay. Not sure if he's coming to come back in. He has his helmet off now, and rookie Bradley Anae is getting. Yeah, I saw Bradley Anae in there. So, but I'm gonna listen. I gotta be completely honest about Demarcus Lawrence. He has been pretty lackluster to start this season, and I'm gonna just call it 100. I know. Listen, I like D-Law. He's a really damn good run stopper at defensive end. He's one of the better ones in the league that does that, but he has not really looked well to really start this season off, if I'm being completely honest. Now, again, I'm not asking him to get 20 sacks a season. I'm asking him to do his job. And people saying D-Law is a Pro Bowler and a 4-3, not a 3-4. Now, again, but I've seen 4-3 look, so it shouldn't be the scheme, right? I see we're running 4-3 plays, and you know what I mean? And it's my only problem is that, and luckily the Cowboys have an out of his contract at some point, because before I was I don't know if you let him go yet. But again, we still have 14 more games to go before I can make that full-on assessment. But if I'm telling you this right now, the Dallas Cowboys really, 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 really need to put some money on that defense. Spend it better. I feel comfortable with some of our corners. Diggs is going to be special, I feel. Cheeto looks like he's making strides now. He's looking a hell of a lot better than last year. That I will admit. Yeah, he still has hiccups, though.
Can't believe it. I can't believe he actually turning his head around.
Right.
Plays on the ball.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. It's I just
That's all right. That's all right. Like this guy said in the comment section. He said we got Gregory coming back. So if
true. That's a point.
If y'all don't want to play, guess what? Everybody, like my coaches and teachers and employment, everybody's replaceable.
Now, I do want to add some news going on in the NFC East. Saquon Barkley got hurt today. I'm not sure if you guys knew about this. He tore his ACL, it looks like. It looks like he tore his ACL, and the Giants did not look that impressive to start the game either way. So if you don't mind, could we just I want to talk about this now because I'm starting to see a trend going on in the NFC East, and this is something that we have to keep in mind. Washington right now, if I could see what the score is right now over in Arizona's winning 20-0 as they approach the half against Washington. So again, they can still come back and win that game. But in all seriousness though, Washington beat Philadelphia, and now they're not doing well against Arizona right now. And Arizona's a pretty good team. I'm not gonna sit there. Okay. The Giants don't look impressive. I mean, Danny Dimes doesn't look that good. And oh my God, the Philadelphia Eagles, they look like utter garbage. And I'm not saying this as a Cowboys fan that hates the Eagles. Like I'm watching the game, and I'm like, what the hell is going on in Philadelphia? They were down. Like, yeah, sure, they were trying to crawl back in the game, but Wentz didn't look good. Just that whole team looks horrendous. 37 points at home. I don't know. Let me see if I can get the final score. My question is if Cheeto is assigned to line up 8 to 10 yards off the line because he isn't good at man-to-man, or is it the scheme?
It depends.
Yeah.
It depends on the player that you're going against. If you feel that player is a deep threat, you're coaching the defensive back coach, Linquist, is going to tell you to get back. And it depends on if you're in zone or if you're in a deep man zone. You get what I'm saying? So
right.
I don't think Cheeto, he's not Dion. He can't do what he want out there.
Right.
That's all coaching and just scheme and who he's guarding. You get what I'm saying? If you got, check this out. I promise you, if you guard Randy Moss, guess what you're going to do? You're going to get back a little bit because Randy Moss unless you Dion, you know what I mean? And can keep up with him and can run him down and have the speed to keep up with him. But there weren't too many people that could keep up with Randy, so they would line further back. Cheeto was on Julio Jones a lot. So he's a deep threat. He's a deep threat. So you're going to give him respect and cushion. And that's a lot of times, a lot of people don't know, but a lot of times it's the coaching staff that does that because they're running a deep man zone. And that's what I saw a lot of that today. We were in man a lot. They were actually letting our cornerbacks play. And we were up. Diggs was up. Y'all noticed Diggs was up because Diggs has the athleticism to keep up. Cheeto was a little back because he's still kind of unsure about his coverage ability. And but Cheeto's, I got, y'all know how I am. I've been on Cheeto's ass since he's been here. But this is the best I've seen him play since he's been a Cowboy. Even though he still made some mistakes, this is the best I've seen him play. His style is totally different, and I'm glad.
Yeah. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box below, and we can get to that. But I want to point out a couple things because I'm looking at I was actually looking for the stats because this is something that I told you. This is a division for the Cowboys to take. Rams versus Eagles. Wentz looked horrible. 26 for 43, 242 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions with a passer rating of 56.6. Yeah, sure, Miles Sanders looked nice. He did look pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. He had a solid game, but Carson Wentz looks terrible right now. Go to the Giants game. Daniel Jones, 25 for 40, 241, no touchdowns, interception, no touchdowns, 68.9 rating. Their running game was horrible. Their leading rusher was Saquon Barkley. And then when they got their other guy, Dion Lewis, in, he only averaged 2 yards a carry on 10 attempts. And they lost to the freaking Bears. I thought the Giants would beat the Bears. And then we look at Washington right now. I can take a look at their box score really quickly. Dwayne Haskins doesn't look terrible, but he got sacked 4 times. Again, and I'll get to Ishan's question in just a moment, but yeah, man, I'm going to just be honest. This is a division for the Cowboys to take. And I still stand by that. I said that last week, and I still stand by that. So let's see. Space Cowboy at Dallas Cowboy fan 1980. My question is, why is it that we are making the same mistakes under Garrett? Do you guys think it was just first or second games because it's too many mistakes? You can go first, 1980. Go ahead.
I think he meant McCarthy. That's what. Yeah, because he's saying the same. The word "same" is in there. Mm-hmm. So he's got it. I think he means McCarthy.
But like making the same mistakes we did with Garrett under McCarthy. I get what he's. Yeah, I get what he's saying.
Okay. That's player. That's discipline. There are a lot of things that haven't been touched and reached yet. Those are those fundamental things that I've been talking about. See, once somebody has taught you something, just like your parent, they've been with Garrett for some of those. That's all they knew was Garrett. And that discipline, that lack of discipline, kind of carries over. We've only had this new coaching staff for 2 games. You get what I'm saying? So they haven't had a big impact on our players yet as far as discipline. So it's going to take a little bit for them to get scared of the coaching staff. They're not scared of him yet. They're not scared to make a mistake. Jimmy Johnson had us scared of him. You know what I'm saying? He made it so uncomfortable to make a mistake. That's why we won Super Bowls, because he wanted perfection. And that's what this coaching staff has to want too. I'm pretty sure they want the same thing. But it's all about being taught to not make those mistakes, and they're getting there. We got a lot of young guys on the team, and Pollard, he's getting a little bit more playing time, and I thought it was a fumble, but they said he was down, and then and so on and so on. All the mistakes and everything, and that we made is another opponent for us, and that's what we need to get rid of. We need to play against one team. We need to play against our opponent, and that's it. We don't need to play against mistakes, a lack of discipline, and penalties. We don't need to face three and 4 opponents in one game, in one day, or one night. You get what I'm saying? So, but that's a good question, though. Good question.
Right, and real quick before I answer this, Jeremy X in my chat, longtime viewer of the show. Thank you so much, man. What a do, Space Cowboy 17. What a turn of luck at the very end. We started out screwing up. Atlanta ended up repaying the favor. What a win! Shout out to you, 1980, my boy. That's what Jeremy X said. Thank you so much for tuning in, my man. Great viewer of the show. Now, for me, I will say this again: with no preseason, none of this crap. Of course, it's going to look a bit janky at first, but I think Kellen Moore, he needs to get out of some habits. I think learning from learning from Scott Linehan and Jason Garrett. He needs to stop relying on the run so early often in these situations. That I understand it's for tempo. We talked about this last week, but again, we got to stop doing that. That's number 1. Number 2, we got to think about this as well. With some of these decisions, when it comes to the defense, I feel like with the defense, the difference between I think when it comes to the same mistakes across the board, I can see it, but at the same time, I can maybe understand a couple things here and there. The defense, I can understand because of certain situations, but that's still no excuse. I'm not trying to give excuses here, just letting you know. Special teams, I will say it played a hell of a lot better than last year to start. Well, let me say this. Our kicker so far has done a pretty damn good job with given what he's only missed 1 kick, and that was a 50-yard field goal. So I can't get mad at him at that. But yeah, I don't really want to go any further than that. Sticky Fingers, 1980. How do you feel about the defense with 1 sack today? Because we're going to need all hands on deck next week.
I agree. There's no mystery behind the lack of pass rush. We have to figure out a way. And I was watching Atlanta, and they were blitzing. They were sending everybody. And that first half, especially first quarter, Dak had no time at all to do anything. Couldn't even breathe. Could barely call a play in the huddle without one of the Atlanta Falcons being in the huddle looking, hey, man, what play y'all calling? It was embarrassing. They were just blitzing. But they got the personnel to do it. Our injuries is causing us not to have that kind of personnel because we ran that 4-2-5 defense. I wish we would blitz more, but we just don't have the personnel to do it. So we have to rely on that front four. And the front four hasn't been doing it. As you can see, they haven't been doing it. So we got to figure something out. I noticed the way Atlanta Falcons, they had guys in the box. We don't play in the box. Everybody's in their natural positions. You know, everything is really generic because of our lack of personnel. We just don't have the personnel and the guys to cover, to do those things. So until we can get that, or until they can figure something out, another type of, throw another tricky game plan defensively, that problem is not going to be solved, unfortunately, because or if they have a weak, if I don't know how Seattle's offensive line is. I don't know how strong it is. I don't know how weak it is. But hopefully it's weak and we can, take advantage of that. We can maybe see D-Law come out of hiding and Everson Griffin and, Crawford. I'm just waiting on these guys to really start getting into a good rhythm. And rhythm is something that you need on both sides of the ball. We started getting into a rhythm in the offense, and then the defense would lack up. We started getting into the rhythm on defense, and the offense would lack up. It was kind of doing this until at the end, everything started balancing out. It started bouncing out. That's how we won the game.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't have to go any further than that. I see some people are asking me questions. Let's see. Bugatti on 60 FPS says, Space Cowboys 17. Do you think the Cowboys would have won if we did not go for it on fourth down against the Rams and our defense was better? But no. Okay, I do believe we would have won the game, just so you know, like if we had converted the fourth down. I do believe that wholeheartedly. And I just want to also say this too, just to take a little jab at the Eagles. We did limit the Rams to 20 points, and we nearly won that game. We saw what happened in Philadelphia, 37 points. But there's that. Caden Cook asks, let's see. My question is do you think that call was correct about the blindside block in the fourth? I believe there were a lot of I don't.
That was a bad call.
That was a horrible call.
That was a horrible call. It wasn't. His head was turned. It was out shoulder. I think he might have grazed the cheek part of the helmet. But come on, man. Sometimes
that was a terrible call. Yeah,
that was a bad call. They should have went too far with that
one. Let me take a look. I'm sorry. I'm just reading a couple of these questions. Ishan asks, with us playing Seattle next week, how can our D get through Seattle's O-line and get to Wilson? Because only sacking quarterback once is unacceptable. Is it just rhythm? It's not just rhythm. I think it just comes down to
containment.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry. Yeah, thank you for answering that. Containment, right? Because Russell Wilson's a mobile quarterback.
Yep.
And as you know, we struggle against more mobile quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to just say this. I do believe we can get to Russell Wilson. We have the people to do it. My only thing is I just feel like I saw a lot more blitzes on second down and third down. I noticed that. So I saw a little bit of aggression there, but we need to play. We need to do better with our blitzes. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when we blitz, like, they know it's coming. And yes, it's hard to disguise a blitz. I get it sometimes. But still, man, like, come on.
There was some defensive plays that I noticed, and this is probably what they're going to have to do against Seattle. There were some defensive plays I noticed, especially on third down, where Alden Smith dropped back in coverage, and it turned into a 3-3 defense, 3-3-5. You get what I'm saying? So he dropped back in coverage, and that's when we were able to kind of contain Matty Ice from converting on third down a lot of times. So I think they're going to have to do that. And I hate to talk about next week this early because we just won, and I'd rather go into that later on. But I'm gonna go ahead and, out of respect, go ahead and kind of answer the concern of the person in the comment section. I believe we're going to have to find a way to maybe just have 3 down linemen and so we can have 3 linebackers for containment purposes, because Russell Wilson will take off and run. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. He's an elite quarterback. He's a playmaker. He has vision. He can throw the ball. He can throw it deep. We've had our battles with Seattle for sure, and it's a tough place to play as well. I know the crowd isn't going to be there, but still a tough place to play. And they're a tough team. They got a good offensive line, and I just hope we can just at least contain them and stop and stop with the third down converting. It's hard for us to stop people on third down. It's very, very tough. They either they go for it on third or go for it on fourth, and they get it. We got to figure something out, man. They got to watch a lot of film on this defense, man, and try to figure something out real fast with the personnel that we do have.
Right. Retro Scotty asks, do you feel like Griffin is getting up there in age and Lawrence just not putting up in the effort? Do you feel like the defensive tackle is still a problem? I mean, defensive tackle is still a problem. I do agree with that, but I feel a lot more confident with Tristan Hill. I feel like Tristan Hill's definitely been stepping up compared to last year. I will admit that. He looked a hell of a lot better in this game. Absolutely. I mean, when you have older players, I think the biggest thing is we just need younger guys that play like. We just need younger guys to come in, like whether it be through the draft or whatever the case may be, to really step up. You know what I mean? And I think ultimately for me, I just think that I think that it's fine if you have these guys, and I think they can produce. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that we need to do a hell of a lot better with getting to the quarterback. So, yeah.
It takes away if you can get to the quarterback, it really takes away that quarterback's mobility. It takes away decision making, and it makes them be on their toes. Because if you don't have time, just like Dak didn't have time. You notice how Dak didn't have time in the first half. The offensive line finally start to kind of get into a blocking rhythm in the second half. They really got into a good blocking rhythm, and Dak had a little time to find Coop downfield. Fine, and that's why I keep saying, everybody say, "Oh, Dak needs to throw downfield more." I've even said it. I'm guilty of it. I've even said it myself. But we don't know what he sees, and then we're not there in that pocket when it's breaking down either. You get what I'm saying? When you got guys running in your face twice your size, it's really hard to really come up with good decisions and make good throws.
Right, and I think ultimately that's the big thing. Really quickly, we'll go for like 10 more minutes and then we'll close this thing out, just because don't want to go on forever, and we can enjoy this win. Retro Scotty asked in my chat, do you feel like Griffin is getting up, or excuse me, I'm so stupid. Jeremy X asks, LA played our aggressive pass rush against us versus with the dump off passes and screens. Yeah, do you think we scaled back to keep them from being exploited like versus the Rams? I can see that. I think I could see that most definitely. But I think what I liked about this game was like we contained the run a hell of a lot better than the previous game. That I think that improved. The pass defense, though, I mean, when you're going up against Atlanta, yes, they are a tough opponent because that's their bread and butter. The pass, and it showed, right? But the fact of the matter is like, I really do think that we need to work on that. The pass offense. I think I'm getting more comfortable with this run defense a little bit, but damn.
I think it's got to do with personnel too and who you're going against. Every team is different. Every team has different strengths and weaknesses. Atlanta Falcons might not. Obviously, the LA Rams are a better screen or in the flats passing team than Atlanta Falcons were. Matty Ice is more of a down the field, north and south thrower. He's really not the side that's no east and west thrower, So it just depends on who you're facing, what team you're facing, because every team's different.
Right. Real quick, if you guys haven't done so already, please make sure to hit that like button. That definitely helps out both of our channels a lot. Also, if you want to get more of the Lone Star Show and content from both of us in general, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get notified when stuff gets put out. So please make sure to do that. So with that out of the way, let me see. I know Zachary 91 stars. I forgot the Dallas Stars are in the Stanley Cup. I've been so busy. So I just want to say this: best of luck to the Dallas Stars. I am not a Dallas Stars fan in hockey, though. I am a Washington.
99 was the last year they won. Well, Mike Modano and Brett Hall and everybody. Yeah, man.
Hey, so I'm rooting for you guys. I mean, I am. So just want to let get that out of the way because I know someone if the Dallas Stars win the cup, that'd be amazing.
It would.
Let me see. Okay, I just want to be clear because I think someone mentioned like, oh, should we go after Earl Thomas? No, we don't need Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas isn't going to help this defense. Okay. let's take this as our final question, and then we'll close this thing out. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. That one-handed catch by Cooper was amazing.
Woo.
Amazing. So we'll close out with Ishan. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I apologize. My last question is, I noticed that this week and last week we had slow starts. Same as last week. How can we fix that? Because that's worrisome to me. So I'll close out by starting with this. Go Caps. I see someone in the chat. Yes, go Caps. Huge Caps fan, my guy. Here's the thing. When it comes to this whole thing, the slow starts, I think, with this were a result of us turning the ball over. When we saw Dak throw the ball, we were getting positive plays. I think the Cowboys need to start passing the football more often on first down because they have a higher likelihood of being positive net yardage plays. I understand that you're not going to pass the ball on every single first down, but I noticed we started doing some bootlegs. I started later in the game though. I started noticing we were doing that. We need to stop waiting until we're punched in the face to do that stuff. So I think next week what we need to do is do with the things that made us win this game. Bootlegs, the play action, pass the ball on first down. If we can do those things and we can jump on Seattle early, we can win in Seattle. Okay? It's going to be tough. They got a really tough secondary. I feel like we can definitely win that game if things go well. And we'll get to that down the line. I have to start doing some homework on Seattle. They play against New England tonight, so I'll see what they do. But 1980, go ahead.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. But I think we have to – every team's different, like I just said. When you go playing football, when you're going into a game, naturally, you have to fill a team out, and they have to fill you out. It's like a boxing match. For that first round of a boxing match, it's really boring. Maybe the second round, unless it's Tyson back in the day, back in the 80s. Tyson used to knock somebody out. Boom, first round, damn, I just got my chicken wings and my nachos and shit. I just sat down, and Tyson already knocked him out. But now it's like these teams, they're trying to fill each other out. And the Dallas Cowboys have those slow starts because they're trying to fill, and then especially with lack of personnel, with guys injured and stuff like that, with the playmakers that are injured, the guys that set the tone, the offensive line, Lyle Collins and Tyron Smith, it was kind of hard to get into a good rhythm when you're missing a string on the guitar. You're missing strings on the guitar, so you can't find that rhythm yet. It takes you a little bit to try to learn how to play that guitar or to learn how to play that set of drums with one drumstick. At first, you're going to sound real shaky, like, dang, I'm not getting it, And then after a while, you keep playing, and then you start getting a little rhythm going. Like, oh, okay, I got it. Bing, bing, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. I wish they would start off a little bit more aggressive, and I think they try to be, but it's the execution part that we have to worry about. The coaches have to call, and the players have to execute it, and they just have to find that rhythm, man. And it's hard to find that rhythm when you got pieces of the string of the guitar that you playing missing.
Right. So let's go ahead. We'll with a couple minutes left to go. Because we can be going on this all night long. Let's go ahead and let's just close this out with our final thoughts on this game. The initial final thoughts on this game. My whole thing is this. As you saw, if you were here at the start of the stream, you would know I'm damn excited we won this game. I love how this game has gone. Well, I didn't love how the game was going. I just love that we won the game. The grit. It was just an exciting, emotional win. I completely understand that. But there was a ton of negatives that we really, really, really need to work on. Defense needs work on. The offense needs to start off faster because we could see this offensive potential if things work out. Special teams, really, I don't. The only problem I have right now is some of the play calling when it comes to the fakes and stuff like that. I don't know what. If you're gonna go for it on 4th and 5 on a fake, you might as well just keep the offense out there. I don't know. But the kicking situation, other than one missed field goal, Greg Zuerlein has been the man. And I could safely say that. Now, Seattle is a pretty tough opponent. They have a pretty damn good roster. Their defense looks fantastic. Offense looks good. Got to be tough. But I do want to be I want to say this. I was not expecting us to I wasn't expecting us to go into Seattle and blow the hell out of them. I'm still not expecting that, but it's America's game of the week next week. It's a 4:00 game. Everyone's gonna keep their it's a 4:00 game. Well, on the Eastern time zone. If you're Central time zone, it's 3:00. So we have a primetime game. Man, I'm so lucky I got home to see the end of this game because I really wish people were able to. I mean, again, if you saw this in the first 2 quarters, you'd been like, I want to just gouge my eyes out. But in all seriousness, to end this soliloquy and final thoughts on this game, Dallas is 1-1. Right now, they're second place in the division. They'll still remain in second place regardless of what happens with Washington winning or losing. But they're in a good position right now. If they can start stacking wins, like if this is a springboard for us to go to 2-2 or 3-1, based on how things are looking, I would not be shocked if Dallas is, again, it's Dallas's division to lose still, even if we still lost. But that's just that's my whole thing. 1980, go ahead and close us out with your thoughts.
Good deal, man. Like I say, man, it was a great game. We were on. That was a game you had to watch the whole game. You know, you couldn't miss a beat. The first part of the game, we was like, "Up, it's over. We're done." Dallas 0-2. That's what I thought. I thought. I just thought it was over, and the Dallas Cowboys persevered and they came through it, and the outcome of it was historic. It was historic. Did I want an outcome like that? No, I don't like onside kicks. I don't like winning by field goals. But if that's what it takes to get the W, that's what you play the game for, to win. No, it don't count because y'all, you got those fans out there. Oh, y'all barely won. Okay, well, shit, we 1-1. I mean, it still counts as a win. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the Cowboys because they out there playing. They won. I'm glad for the win. We're 1-1. I thought we were going to start 0-2. This type of win right here gives you a confidence booster as a player, because I watched them in that first half and they were like heads down, confidence gone. On the sideline, they weren't communicating with each other. Dak Prescott got up and walked away from Zeke, and they were trying to talk and stuff like that, and they were just frustrated. And I get it. I've been there. I've been down that road. But they held it together, came back after halftime, and it was good win. And we needed it. We deserved it because of what we've been through. But there's a lot of things, even though we won, there's a lot of things this team has to work on. There's a lot of negative things that this team has to work on. We just got to figure it out and get ready for Seattle because they're a tougher team than Atlanta. And but I'm going to enjoy this win tonight and for a couple of days until about Wednesday or Thursday to get close to the weekend again, And we'll do our Lone Star show. I think that's Wednesday. We'll do that show. And I don't know if you had anything else to say or to add at the end, but that's it for me. And but if you had anything, then go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I'll close this thing out. So we'll see. Like I said, like 1980 said, please, all Cowboys fans, enjoy this win. This is something that we need. I mean, I'm gonna watch this game back over 40 freaking times. But enjoy the win up until probably Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we'll get back to it. Now, the Lone Star Show, we'll try to do the pregame sometime on Wednesday. We'll see how I'm pretty sure we'll be fine, but or I don't know about Wednesday, but maybe like Thursday or something like that. We'll have a pregame for the. So this is another fantastic show after a fantastic win. Hopefully, I don't take like 20 years off my life because of this game. Too late. Too late. Once again, guys, we thank you so much for tuning into the show. Again, if you forgot to do so, leave a like. Helps the channel out a lot. Also, make sure to subscribe if you're new to both of our channels to make sure that you receive the Lone Star Show and other content from both of us. And hit that notification bell so you know when we're going to go live and all that other stuff. So, with that being said, we both bid you guys a great rest of your night. Hopefully, you guys are doing well in fantasy. And yeah, have a good one, guys.
Take care, man. Thanks.